What's up, guys? Why am I in a bikini? Because I was laying in the sun just barely. I'm actually getting ready to cook some dinner, but I felt like it was a really good time to talk about the Mountain Ops, Eric Chaucer, Get Hushin' 90-day challenge that I did, and my results and all that. I kind of fell off the deep end talking about it for a couple different reasons, but first let me show you the shape I'm in and then I can put a shirt back on. So, not bad. It is the afternoon, so I've had a full day's worth of food. Not bad. So now that that's over, let's take a second to talk about my 90-day challenge experience. As most of you guys know, I did roll my truck around 4 times in September of 2017, so just this past year. And it's definitely been a struggle for me in a million different ways. I keep wanting to do like a trailer talk about my accident and how I felt afterwards and just kind of all the things that made it so hard and things I've overcome and things I'm still working on. But I always imagined doing that when I always wanted to do that when all the pain was gone and that I was feeling 100% better. So the idea would be to do it and talk about it and be like, it's okay because I'm all better now, and that just hasn't happened. So, I mean, in September it'll be a year. It's been a really long time and it sucks, and it messed up my 90-day challenge. So I have a severe neck injury because of that accident, and neck injuries are no joke. I'm definitely a little more active than maybe the average person that would get a serious neck injury, so that makes it even harder. I also dealt with a lot of other things, dislocated collarbones, stuff like that. I had migraines, they are gone, but my neck injury pushes on. And what happened for me was I started going to a chiropractor after my accident and started slowly getting better. The migraines went away. I was getting better. February, I kind of hit rock bottom. And remember, my accident was in September. In February, my neck just hurt so bad, and it was a constant pain. When it hurts the way it does, I can hardly eat or drink anything. My appetite just goes out the window. I can't sleep. I don't have any painkillers or anything. I live off Tylenol, but that doesn't do anything. So, yeah, that sucks. But anyways, February it got bad. Got new x-rays, saw the progress that my neck had made with its injury, readjusted to fit the new x-rays, started getting better again. March, I started feeling good. I had a couple bad days, but I was getting better. April, I started feeling so good, and April for me was hell month, literally, because I took my 2 hardest like senior level geology courses that are offered at my school. My major is earth science education and chemistry. I decided to take the 2 hardest ones at the same time and get them over with, but in April I had field trips every weekend for the different classes, and so I had field trips back to back, and on top of that I was working pretty much full-time, and on top of that going to school full-time, and on top of that the 90-day challenge started April 1st. So I never want to half-ass anything, and I gave it full force. And like I said, I was feeling really good with my injury at that time. I was feeling better, starting to feel like, wow, I can lift heavy again. I can do all these things, you know. Because of the status of my injury, I'm not allowed to run, and that's a touchy subject for me. I don't want to talk about that because I love running. Somebody's shooting a gun over there. Probably at rabbits. But anyway, so I can't run, but for cardio I could do the elliptical. So that's what I did, and I did 30 minutes every day for the first month, and I lifted every day. I went to the gym every single day, maybe missed 1 day a week, but that was for rest and for good reasons anyway. And I was working really hard and feeling really proud of myself, getting my muscle back after my injury. I'm not supposed to do anything that strains my neck, so since my injury, I was only allowed to do leg things and not like lifting things, like literally just leg machines or squats and stuff with no weight, so that sucked. So I was finally starting to feel comfortable, and I did more things with my arms, my shoulders, started to do maybe abs a little bit. I was doing everything, and I was loving the 90-day challenge and eating clean. And before the 90-day challenge, with the status of my neck and my injuries and just being sad, I ate like crap. And I gained some weight. I could have gained a lot more, but at the start of my 90-day challenge, when I weighed myself, I was 119, and I'll show a picture of that there. I really was probably sitting about 117, which is still way too heavy for me. But before the 90-day challenge, I binge ate like anyone should before starting a 90-day commitment to eating clean. You know, I had ice cream, donuts, pizza, cheeseburgers, everything. So, yeah. So I went a little crazy, and that weighed me in at 119 on day one. But that's okay. So anyway, April goes by. And finals hit. Finals for probably one of the hardest semesters I've ever taken in my life, just because of the course load. Super not easy. But I made it through. I crushed all my classes. I did so well. And around the time of May 1st, it was almost like clockwork. One night just woke up and it was just like reversed my injury, my neck injury. It was so bad. I was crying. I could hardly drive. I was such a wreck and in so much pain, and it was really, really bad, and kept going to the chiropractor, not getting better, not getting better, not getting better. Finally took new x-rays again, and after that slowly started to get it better, but here it is, first week of July now, and I'm still not really feeling good, to be honest. I'm gonna get sad. Hold on. I'm okay. So yeah, I'm still not really feeling good. I want to be feeling good. I want to be 100%, because it seems like everywhere I actually want to fish, I need to hike in with my float tube. And I'm just not in the shape to do that. Don't get me wrong, I could totally do it, but the amount of pain it might put me in is not worth it. So anyway, when that started happening in May, it was around the first week of May, I gave up going to the gym. And damn it, I love going to the gym, so I miss the gym so much. And I know that maybe there's other things I'd rather do. Fish. Obviously, I do that all the time. But I do miss being able to go to the gym. And I could probably still go to the gym and do wimpy, no weight workouts and stuff like that, but it's almost made me and pushed me to the point where I'm afraid to make my neck any worse, because it's really hard to live with the way it is now. And I know you guys just see the positive videos and the positive pictures and all that, but really there hasn't been a day where it's felt good, and it just sucks because I'm young, and you know, I did it to myself. It was a freak accident, but I do miss going to the gym. I'm not avoiding it on purpose. It's just hard for me to not be able to do everything I used to do and I took for granted. Trail running, hiking somewhere, and running down some of my favorite things. Hiking with a float tube, lifting weights, lifting heavy weights, all those things are so fun to me, and I totally took them for granted, and now I can't. And I'll get better someday, but the point is, I was building my comfort back up at the gym and finally starting to feel good, and then I hit rock bottom again with my injury, and I'm just afraid to put myself through that again. I am a little better than when I hit rock bottom, but I'm still not good. I still don't feel good. So, but the point is, I rolled my last truck really, really bad. It was a bad accident that I walked out of, and now I'm dealing with the consequences almost a year later. And I think at one point I started getting tolerant for the pain, and now I'm at the point where I'm getting less tolerant for the pain because it's been so long. I just can't deal with it anymore. I'm just sick of feeling like crap. I really do. I just want to be able to go to the gym, shoot my bow, and hike around with my float tube and trail run. If I could do those 4 things, I'd be happy. I wouldn't complain about being injured anymore if I could do those 4 things without pain. So that's my situation. I didn't give up the 90-day challenge. Yeah, I didn't go to the gym for the last 60 days of the 90-day challenge. But I did eat clean. I still had cheat meals and stuff, don't get me wrong. Had a burger every once in a while. Sushi, all those things, around once a week, sometimes more, sometimes less. But I still lost 10 pounds. I committed that I was still gonna lose a good amount of weight for the challenge, even though I'm not allowed or not able to go to the gym. So I did, and I am active fishing and guiding and everything. I'm active on my feet every day. I just miss being able to go work out my muscles, really. This is the least muscular that I've probably ever been, and I know people are gonna be like, oh, you still have muscles. People have said that to me. Yeah, I still have a little bit of muscles, but the point is, being 110 pounds like I am right now, I should be a lot more ripped. Usually when I'm this lean, I'm so excited because I look awesome. And my everything's ripped, you know, and I have muscles and I'm lean. And I took those days for granted because now I'm small and I don't have any definition in my stomach. All these things took for granted. But, you know, someday it'll get better, I hope. I don't know, and we're getting into archery season now, and I have to start over with bow hunting, and that's really hard for me because I was so good with my bow last year, and I took that for granted. And another reason why this is so hard for me is because I grew up playing soccer 4 seasons a year, and I was hard on my body. And I also snowboarded, and I jumped off every single cliff, did every single jump and rail. I won competitions. I did free ride competitions in Montana. I traveled for them. It was super fun. I had no fear. And yeah, I got hurt. I broke ribs. I broke my tailbone. I cracked straight through my tongue. In soccer, I would tear my meniscus, tear my Achilles, all these things, and I'd push through. I'd literally have a torn meniscus. I could limp walking around, but I'd go out there and I'd kick ass on the soccer field and run my heart out. No one would have ever known I was injured. But during the day at school, I'd freaking have the worst limp, stuff like that. I could just leave it all behind and work so hard. I was always the person to be like, whatever, I'm injured, it'll be okay. And this is the first time in my life where I've had an injury where no matter how much I want to think that, it's not gonna happen. It's not something you can push through. It's not a pain that you can just get over and pretend you don't have. It ruins your day every single time. So it's stupid, and I don't know how to fix it, you know? Think about, you got whiplash starting in accidents going 15 miles an hour. I was going around 70 miles an hour on a highway when I rolled, and I blacked out. I don't really know what happened. I remember whacking my head this way, and then I don't remember anything else. But think about what my neck went through at those speeds, you know? It's bad, and I know I'm lucky to be alive, and I'm lucky that I walked out of there, and I'm lucky I still have the same brain function and all these things. I hit my head so hard. I did all these bad things to my body, and yet I look normal, but you know, sometimes I wish that I would have just broken something instead and it could have healed and been done with, instead of this soft tissue damage and these bones being out of place and all this garbage going around. And the problem is all these soft tissues here and these muscles are so out of place and so damaged that anytime the littlest thing happens, and it could be something I'm not even aware of, it just flares up. So now you know why I kind of dropped off the deep end as far as talking about the 90-day challenge. It's kind of a sore subject for me because I can't really go to the gym anymore. But I did do it. I still lost 10 pounds. I stayed active, made healthier choices, and continued using my Mountain Hop supplements, which is very important. I'll talk about for a brief second the supplements I used that helped along in the journey. Mountain Hop's whey protein, the ammo, or I use the vanilla whey protein that Mountain Hop's makes. I use that quite a bit during the 90-day challenge. Also Renew, Blaze, and the women's multivitamin. Those are all pills that I took that are super helpful, and I'm continuing to take them. I'm not stopping taking them. When I go to the gym, I went for the first month. When I did go to the gym, I'm very much into the BCAAs. They have a Cameron Hanes green apple BCAAs that I love. I love it. It's so good. And Peach Enduro is another one of my favorites. I do take their Yeti pre-workout, but just a tiny, tiny little bit. I'm tiny and it hits me kind of crazy hard, and so I just use a little bit. But like I said, I haven't been to the gym since end of April, beginning of May, for injury reasons, not from laziness, whatever. But I do miss being able to see results and get strong, and I'm slowly gonna try to get back at it. I do squats and lunges and stuff like that sometimes with just no weight. But I would like to go back and start being able to lift weights soon. We'll see if I ever start feeling better. I can't handle this for the rest of my life for sure. It sucks and I don't want to deal with it. And this accident has made a lot of things hard for me, but you know, most of the time I look like it's not affecting me, which is good and bad. But so there you guys have it. There's the story about my 90-day challenge. No filter on that. That's just the cold hard truth, and it sucks. It obviously made me a little emotional. It's really hard not being able to do things that you really want to do. But I try to remember there's people out there in way worse situations than me. Always there's people with cancers, there's kids with cancers, there's so many bad things going on where I can still do most things. Just hurts a lot that I can't do a lot of the things I really want to do. But like I said, I should be grateful that I even lived, because it would have been very easy for me to have not lived what happened in that truck. It really is a miracle that I got up and walked out, had my phone in my pocket, and called 911. Really was a miracle. So I'm a walking miracle with a neck injury, but hopefully I'll get better. Hopefully in no time you guys see a video of me saying, guess what, I'm all better. That would make me so happy. You never know. But thank you for watching, guys. Sorry that got a little emotional. I'm sure some of you guys can relate. We all have our problems. We all have our injuries. If any of you guys have like a chronic neck injury type thing, a serious neck injury like I have, go ahead and tell me your story below. Back injuries. There's so many serious injuries out there that are really debilitating. Neck injury has to be way at the top, which is why I'm not okay with it. But yeah, go ahead and comment below if you have similar stories, anything that you know that can help. I'm open to suggestions, and I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you. We'll see you next time for my next YouTube video. Okay, bye.